2,000 years ago, the total human population on Earth was 170 million. From then until today, the world has faced great disasters, plagues and other epidemics. Millions of people have been killed in wars, but the human population has continued to grow. Today 7.7 billion people live in this world, and in the 22nd century this number is likely to reach 10 billion. With a growing population, the world faces many challenges. The more human beings there are on this planet, the more resources they will need, the more food, water and land to live on. The good news is that the rate of population growth is now declining, and in some countries the population is even declining. But there are still areas where the population bomb is about to explode. Let us tell you about the 10 most populous urban areas in the world. Karachi, Pakistan. 1/5 of Pakistan's urban population lives in this mega-city, which was once the country's capital. Population of Karachi 1,91,65,000. Karachi is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. Mumbai, India. The second largest city in India, but also the largest in the central area of the city in terms of the population of the center alone, is 13 million. How big is Mumbai? Estimate this by the fact that the trains running in the city alone reach 6 million people daily. That number is enough to beat the busy life of any city in the world. Mumbai has a population of 200. Last 20 years, Mumbai's population has grown rapidly and even doubled since 1991. People from rural areas are flocking to the city for employment. Beijing, China. China's second largest urban area, with a larger population than a large country like Australia. Not only has its population grown steadily since 1975, but it is also expected to grow by 2035. Beijing has a population of 24.62 million. Cairo, Egypt. The capital of Egypt, located on the banks of the Nile, and has been inhabited since at least the 4th century. The city grew rapidly after the outbreak of the plague in the Middle Ages and the Great Riots in the modern world in the 1950s. The population of Cairo is 29 million. Even the population of the central areas of the city has exceeded 12 million. Alexandria, Egypt's second largest city, has a population of only 30% more than Cairo. Dhaka, Bangladesh. Dhaka is the most densely populated city in the world and it is still growing. The population of Dhaka is 21,005,000. It has a population of over 23,000 people per square kilometer and 2,000 people are moving to the city every day. The reason is simple: natural disasters due to climate change have caused a lot of damage to rural areas. That is why a quarter of the country's population is below the poverty line. In Dhaka alone, about 3 million people live in slums. Mexico City, Mexico. The center of the country's economy is Mexico City, one of the largest and most densely populated cities in the world. Mexico City has a population of 217.82 million. In fact, 20% of Mexico's population lives in the city. Population growth means difficulties in providing essential services, but there is still a glimmer of hope as the city's population will only increase from 2019 to 2020. An increase of 0.5%. São Paulo, Brazil. The largest city on both the continents of South and North America, with a city center of more than 11 million people. São Paulo has a population of 22,043,000. It is a highly complex, ethnically diverse and global cultural center with a staggering 26 billionaire population. It is also a city of refugees, with 81% of students being the offspring of a foreign immigrant. The city's population will exceed 23 million by 2030. Shanghai, China. Shanghai is the world's largest regular city, and one of the fastest growing in 20 years, having grown almost twice a year since 1992. The population of Shanghai is 27,058,000. It is still growing, but it is slowing down. Experts say that the population of this great city will reach 50 million by 2050, which will undoubtedly increase all the problems facing densely populated cities, such as inadequate infrastructure and pollution. Delhi, India. Delhi is the capital of India and one of the most polluted cities in the world. With an area of 1,484 square kilometers, it has a population of more than 11,000 people per square kilometer, and it is growing faster than any other city in the world. The population of Delhi is 32.9 million in 2011 alone. Its local population increased by 15,000, while 85,000 people emigrated to the city. Although its population growth was 3.03% in 2019, it will still cross the 43 million mark by 2035. Tokyo, Japan. Believe it or not, the population of the world's largest city has declined by 0.11% in 2019. Of Tokyo, the population is 37.39 million. This trend is expected to continue, and by 2035, 16 years from now, Tokyo's population will have shrunk by 1.5 million. Needless to say, this is a trend that should occur in other major cities of the world as well, to reduce the pressure on them.